The clown. Welcome everybody to RRR247 team conference call. It's the best night of the week. It's the most important night of the week. Everything that you need to know happens on Tuesday night. So congratulations for being here. Welcome to the 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 brand new people that made it on tonight. We welcome you with open arms. Every week we have 20 to 30 new people joining the team. Tonight there was another 30, and I know there's probably 3, 4, 5 more out there that didn't get a chance to unmute as they're coming in so hot and heavy and the audios are still connecting. You're in the right place at the right time because there's unbelievable things happening here. My name's Niall Eddy. I'm from Southwest Florida. I'm actually on the road traveling, working, having a good time, calling in from Texas tonight, Stacy's home state. And, you know, I've been around this industry for 34 years now. It's unbelievable what's happening right now because I've never seen anything, so much excitement, so much growth, and such a great team of people. For those 34 years that I've been here, I've known the co-founders of this system for 30 plus years of those 34 years. And together we have done a lot of incredible things. We've marketed a lot of different products and services. Never have we had everything put together in one package like this. Never have we had so many items and such relevant items that we get to take to the marketplace. And never have we had a system that is so duplicatable because of the way it was put together with the training plan and the step-by-step and the mentoring and the calls and all of the support that we have here. And that's what makes us number one. That's why we're all so excited. That's why myself and Stacy and Linda and everybody else that's involved, been here for a while, gets up and still pinches themselves every morning to say, we get to do this. We really get to do this every single day. If you're still working at JOB and you're looking into a better way of life because you like us, you just always felt like there's something more out there, then you'll understand this. We get excited to get up every day and go to work and see who else we get to work with. Who else do we get to help? Who else do we get to take a fantastic system out to that we can have a positive impact on your life? That's an exciting feeling. When I got introduced to this industry 34 years ago, I was just looking for a way to supplement my income because I had an injury that sent me back to school at 30-something years old with a wife and 3 kids. And even though I thought I was pretty good in math, that savings account, those credit cards were all getting pretty maxed out by the time I was getting close to school. So I couldn't find enough side work, and I just thought I'd get involved with this just to make a little bit of extra money supplement so I could spoil my kids on the weekend because that's what it was all about. And it quickly, I learned that it could be so much more. Doors were opened up to me that I never knew existed. I was meeting people and reading the right books and attending the right classes and just learning a little bit more every single day where I dove in to become a full-time student of this industry. I was that lucky dad who got to put my kids on the bus, take them off the bus, go to every football practice because my son played football from Pee Wee all the way to high school, and go to every volleyball practice and game because my daughter played volleyball, go to every cheer camp. And I would even stand on the sidelines with the pom-poms every now and then because I had a daughter that was also a cheerleader. And guess what? When high school needed a travel bowling coach, I volunteered to be their coach because I do love bowling, but I also had another chance to hang out with my kids and spend more time with my kids. My kids have always been my driving force. That's always been my big why, or my children. But now that's turned into grandchildren and even great-grandchildren. And that's just a whole couple of new levels of love that are just beyond comprehension when you get to that point. So this industry opened up a lot of doors for me, but the biggest 2 things it gave me was the time freedom to spend that kind of time with my kids and raise my children and be a big part of their lives. But also the financial freedom to be able to do whatever their hearts desired without spoiling them, teaching them the right way, but do everything that their hearts desired and not worry about how much it cost. It didn't matter where we went, or we were flying across the country or flying out of the country or just spending a weekend extravagantly. I didn't have that feeling of feeling guilty how much that weekend cost or how much that week cost or how much anything cost, because this industry opened up doors and gave me that kind of freedom. After a year or 2 in this business, when I look back one day, I realized that I was making more in just a couple of months than anybody I ever knew in my life was making in an entire year. That's when I really knew that I made the best decision of my life. And I've never looked back 34 years later. And during those 34 years, the people that I attached my life to, and I wanted to stay business partners with, and I wanted to have in my life as much as I could, people who became true good friends to me, as well as mentors and business partners, are our co-founders of this system, Mr. Rory Rickard, Miss Tanya Rickard. Now, I tell you guys, when I met Rory, he was a young kid without a hair on his face, rosy cheeks, right out of high school, working for a telecom company that had a voicemail system that I needed for my business, right? I was trying to advertise all over the country. I needed a voicemail that could take all that volume. Everybody said, go talk to Rory Rickard. So eventually I got his number and I went and talked to Rory Rickard. And I met this young guy with a lot of passion about what he was talking about, the system that he had developed to help us build all around the country. And he loved teaching and he loved helping people, right? So we became pretty good friends on the very first conversation. We were laughing and having a ball by the end of that first talk. And he told me to call him anytime I needed help. So I did. Probably called him 3-4 times a week. But I got to know him really well after a couple of months, right? But then one day I got to travel to Miami when I was in Pennsylvania at the time. And I found out he was there. So I met him. We had dinner, had a drink on the beaches in South Beach, Miami, because that's what you do. Watch the sunset on the beach in Miami, right? In South Beaches. And we got to talk about our family and our children and the future and a lot of stuff that night. But I knew right then I met an incredible human being that had a real understanding about technology and mass communication. And he had an uncanny way of forecasting future trends. And, you know, I just knew that he was somebody that was going to be a part of my life for the rest of my life, no matter how long I was on this planet, whether he liked it or not. So we built a great relationship over those years. And when the internet came out in 1993, Rory went from running this great voicemail company, this telephone company where I could leave a message all at the same time to everybody around the country, as I built a network of people in 1992, before the internet, before cell phones, before any of the technology we have today. And when the internet came out and started hitting all of our home offices and we all wanted to get online, that's when he really found his niche, right? Because you have a young guy had a passion for mass communication. The internet gave him the ability to achieve his dreams inside mass communication. He became a lead generator first. All of us entrepreneurs all over the world now, not just this country, but all over the world now, we're looking for leads to help build our businesses. And that's what Rory really found, is he became the first online guru. No one could produce the quantity of leads he could. No one could produce the quality of leads he could. And Rory took good care of all of his relationships and all his clients worldwide and built an incredible lead generation company, a couple of different lead generation companies. He became the guy for lead generation, and he's still the guy for lead generation because he did everything the right way. But a couple of years after being successful in lead generation, he started building websites. They went from the one-page thing to the second generation stuff and a page behind the page, and he just kept developing that. And about 16 years ago, he built this system that you're looking at today called PBS, Performance Blogging System, where we have hundreds of pages inside that main site that all represent relative products and services that we get to take to the marketplace, that we get to go out there and have a positive impact on other people's lives, an opportunity that we can take around the world and do everything we can to give people a hand up, give people a lift up, give them wherever they're at, stomp out poverty, take them out of middle class, help them achieve whatever their goals are. Anybody on this planet that's feeling there's something better out there, there's something else out there. I felt that way since I was 14 years old. I used to get yelled at for quitting jobs because it didn't feel right to me all the time. And I'm sure a lot of you have gone through that with your parents, right? We get to take this to the world and help them in whatever their goals are, whatever will help them with their lives. So if you, what was it, 35, 10, 15, 20, 25, 35 new people that just joined the team tonight, and everybody that's been here for a couple of weeks, a couple of months, or a couple of years, if you're looking to be a part of a team like that, that people have been here for weeks, months, and years, and some decades, and you're looking for a business that you can take out to the world and have a positive impact on other people's lives while you're building an incredible business for yourself to give you that time freedom and financial freedom, or supplement your retirement income, or change careers like I did, Stacy did, and Linda did, and be full-time with us, You found the right place. You found home. And guess what? Everybody you meet here will welcome you with open arms, give you hugs, give you support you need, point you in the right direction. And as you're going to hear Rory talk about 1,000 times over the next couple of years while you're here, we're going to teach you how to fish so that you can achieve whatever it is you dream of. And that's what I wanted everybody to do tonight. Two things. One, learn how to dream again. We stopped doing that when we were little kids because people told us that it was silly. And that just kind of faded out of our lives. Get back to dreaming again. Get back to believing that you are here and given the ability to achieve whatever your heart's desires. Get back to thinking outside the box of what your bosses or anybody else has put into your mind, and realize that you can, what one man can do, another man can do, what one woman can do, another woman can do. Didn't mean it that way. What one person can do, another person can do, and you can, we believe in you. And until you believe in yourself, lean on us, let us train you, let us support you, let us help you. And we've got the system in place to do it. So there's two co-founders I did mention. I don't know which one's going to talk first. So I want to introduce both of them. Rory's lovely wife, Tanya, is the co-founder of RRR247. I got to meet her a few years after meeting Rory also. I flew out to Utah where the family lives. And right away, I realized I met this young lady raising 7 children, running several businesses, and the most organized person in the world that I've ever met. And then I knew how Rory always stayed on time, stayed on track, and got everything accomplished, because together they complemented each other perfectly, and they make the power couple that they already are. But I think they're going to go down as legends on this planet because of what they're building. Jim Rohn said something to me 25 or 30 years ago, and he said the definition of legend, and it was, the true legends on this planet are the people who find the most ways to service the most other people. To me, that's the definition of our co-founders, Rory and Tanya Rickard. Two great-minded people with a lot of passion to build what they've started, a lot of passion to help as many people as they can. I think they said 10 million families. When we really got this rolling, Linda and Stacy and myself and a few others talked them into upping that to about 50 million families. And I think we're about to change that again and make it 100 million families, because I believe in my mind and heart that we can do that. And I know they do as well. Together, a couple that wake up every morning and have a cup of coffee watching the sun come up over the mountains. I want you to have that vision in your head and have conversations with each other and say, what can we do to make it better for everybody? What can we do to help Richard Brown achieve whatever it is he came here to achieve? What can we do to help Margaret Smith Thomas see that this is where she can achieve whatever she can dream up? What can we do to make it better for everybody? What can we do to help them get that out to the rest of the world even faster so we can have a positive impact on their lives? That's who you guys are getting in business with. And that's why I'm so proud of to be able to introduce them to you tonight, because I consider them family, not just business partners, not just mentors, because they're younger than me actually, but family. I call him my brother, her my sister. I love them dearly. I love the passion they have to help as many other people as they have. So without any further delay, it was 20 after and I went too long. I want to introduce it. I think Mr. Rory Rickard, our co-founder. The microphone is yours. Take it away.
Thank you, Niall. Wow, I got you guys. I got some stuff to say today. So we've got some good things coming. I'm in a very celebratory time. You guys, last week represented a pivotal time. It was 6 years since we've added our #1 anchor, and obviously I'm getting ready for our event that's coming up this year. And I was looking at last year's videos, and I was looking at what we did last year at the Harvest event. And I got to tell you guys, I live with a solid attitude of gratitude. And everybody that knows me, you guys, I manifest it out. I'm grateful what's already going to come. It's an amazing life. I always tell everybody my life doesn't suck. I talk to an old friend all the time. I talk to older friends, and how are you doing, Rory? I said, my life doesn't suck. And that about sums it up. It's amazing what we get to do. And I get to wake up every day to help people. And we're literally 2 weeks away, give or take a little less, right? 2 weeks away Monday from being at the Harvest event. And, we're going over the final touches. And, I was looking over the menu again, salivating. You guys know I'm a big foodie. We're going to eat like kings and queens in the vineyard. And this wine is such a special wine. I'm super excited about it. And, and I'm here, it's a Tuesday night with the students, and I want to cover some business stuff and aspects, but I got to tell you, reflecting on where we are and taking this time, it's going to happen in 2 weeks to just hang out with everybody in the vineyard and look at what we've done over the past 6 years, but let alone the last year, and where things are heading. And, I was on the call with a bunch of partners today on our growth in Canada and the stuff we're doing over there, and watching the exposure that we're getting. And it's just fantastic. Like, that's probably like a cheap word for it. It's such a there's a lot happening. And I'm just like, wow, we get to hang out in September, and it's going to go by quick. I mean, last year, it felt like it happened in about 5 minutes. Like, when it was over, and that's why we extended this one so that it'll go later in the night. Because like once everybody gets there and you get everybody settled down and everybody's got a glass of wine or two, and you're walking through the vineyards, and that sunset, oh my gosh, it's gorgeous, right? And that sunset hits, and then we'll be into the lights will kick on, and we'll be into the acoustical music for the majority of the evening, with the food and the wine, and just going from table to table just to hear where everybody's at and where we're going. It's just going to be phenomenal. And guys, this wine is a special wine. And, like we get to have these special events, and not just like once in a lifetime. We get to have them every year. And that's awesome. I mean, I wish we could have it more. It's we'll see where that goes. Work on some plans, but I just wanted to reflect today and just really like, oh my gosh, we are such in a great spot. And then I'm looking at everything that we've done in the V marketing realm, and what we're going to be rolling out Saturday. So I'm going to just do an uptake on that. Saturday is another marathon, and it's an important marathon. I'm going to literally be building out a PBS from scratch, right? Just like a brand new student, from A to Z in an entire Saturday. The last time I did this, it took 16 hours. And we've made some dramatic changes to make things easier. So everybody that's brand new, you guys have the newest, latest, greatest. Saturday, I'm gonna attempt to do it in what I think I can do in about 12 hours. Okay, 9 a.m. Mountain Time, which is 8 p.m. or 8 a.m. Pacific, 10 Central, 11 Eastern. I'm gonna get on and start modifying the system, and I'm gonna do it with building the backups. I mean, I'm gonna cover everything properly from A to Z. Everything but posting ads. Okay. And I think I covered this. Like we're running a promotion. So anybody that's new from July 1st forward, that's in both anchors going to the event, they get an entry into a drawing. And we were on the instructor call last night, and Niall actually prompted me with a memory of how somebody could do. So I know how to do it on Saturday. So someone's going to get an amazing setup. I'm going to literally build out the entire system with all my experience, with all my skills, for somebody else to go to market with. I will be very shocked if it doesn't get Google AdSense right out the gate. Like I'm pretty sure it will, right? And it'll be unique. It'll be theirs. It'll be authored individually for them in the way that I do things. And we're going to, it's going to be a great teaching lesson, but it's going to update all the education that goes forward from Saturday on for all of our new members. And so it's going to be up to date with the current release. So, there's a lot to going on with what we do here, right? I'll recap it. I told you guys I'm going to be a broken record. New students come in, they get to see the Keystone video, understand kind of the glimpse of what we do and how it works. It's all understated. It's so much better than what they see, but it's enough to get people going. And then we walk them through session 1, session 2. Session 1, we get them into our anchor offer number 1 and explain how that works and give them homework for session 2. And session 2 explains the circular motion and how things work, right? The mall aspect really kicks in then. They learn about Velveeta and the different aspects of how we get paid. And then session 2 usually gets people into Velveeta, and they have anchors 1 and 2 going. And then as they're modifying their pages and posting ads and getting ready for Google AdSense, we get them involved in V marketing. That's where, you know, you got to utilize paid marketing as much as you can eat to build your business and to, you know, use aspects of the team. And this is working like freaking, this is awesome. It's working so well. We have brand new students that are setting appointments that are being met by presenters, which are very, you know, instructors have been doing very well here that have the conviction, and we're duplicating faster than we ever have. And we have people getting hundreds of dollars a week within a couple of weeks of doing this, and that's super important. And we have people that are able to quit their jobs, which is almost used to be dramatic, but they quit their jobs and dive right into it. It's there. We have a lot going on, right? And it's only going to get bigger. And I'm privy to know what's going to be released at these events coming up in September. You guys, the Grapevine system has come along great. And I'm seeing some great responses, and we're tweaking that and adding to it. And everybody that's involved in V marketing, the Grapevine system is going to be a big tool for building success. And I'm looking at, you know, some of the key points that we get to teach everybody. And you know, we have these Tuesday meetings, which, guys, this is really, really important for you guys to take measurement of where you are and where you're going, right? And I'm going to come back to that in a second, but we have something tremendous here. And I'm going to just go over it on the business side because I know a lot of people don't understand the gravity of it. Okay. Any business at all, whether it's a franchise, you know, you guys think that McDonald's, you guys have heard that McDonald's just don't go broke. You ever see a McDonald's go out of business? It's a fine-tune machine, right? You need a lot of capital to get one going. They know their demographics well. They still have to market millions of dollars a day to build it up, but it's a franchise. It's pretty much a guaranteed success. There's a waiting list to get in there. I mean, you got to have massive liquid capital to even get it running. I'll go over that. But even at McDonald's, they have their growth expectancies per location. And if they maintain the marketing on a massive scale, they know what they can expect out of it. They have it down to pretty much a science. Okay. But in order for McDonald's to maintain that and grow that, they have to market all the time. They have big expenses. That's McDonald's. Grocery stores, same thing. Even Walmart has to market crazily or they lose market share. No real successful business exists on friends and family alone. You have to market. In any other situation but ours, if you were to make more money, you need to invest more to get there. You got to spend more money in marketing, outreach. You got to spend a lot more money in marketing long term to grow your business past certain levels. And there's an economics to it. And I know I talked about this before, but I'm just going to bring it up again, especially for new people. If you were to open any restaurant, I don't care what it is, any business, a restaurant, a bakery, retail, doesn't matter what it is. In order for you to get a bigger presence in the marketplace and gain more customers, you're going to have to market more. That costs money. So you got to spend more money to make more money. Well, with RRR247, Tanya and I fund your marketing. There's not a single soul on here that has spent a penny in marketing with us. We fund it all. That's how we've got to put our money where our mouth is, right? Our program is so good that those that follow it right, we have a way to self-fund it. Yeah, it takes years to pay it back. We've been blessed to be able to do that. So, I've talked about this before. Every dollar we invest, it takes 3.5 years for that to come back into the pool to circulate again. That means we have to have enough funds to market for 3.5 years before we have funds coming back in to replenish the marketing budget. A lot of people think when they market, they spend $100 in marketing, they better make at least $100 back quick or they can't keep going. Short-sighted. The reason why most businesses fail is they don't have enough money in marketing capital to last the distance to build a customer base enough to sustain the business. Usually it's 2 to 3 years. I've been on the panels where business plans are presented and they don't have a marketing budget. And you're like, well, how are you going to grow your business? Oh, we got the best products ever. People are going to come right to it. Nothing sells itself. Okay, we know this. Even our system doesn't sell itself. We have to spend a lot of money in marketing to get in front of people looking for a solution. No one wakes up in the morning and says, you know what? There's this guy named Rory Rickard, and him and Tanya, his wife, have a program. We got to find them. Nobody does that. They have no clue. They can't read our minds. They can't read what's out there. They have to go look for it. Nothing sells itself. So we market, we bring stuff in, we have a way to grow this, and we have a way to share it so that we pay it forward. We teach you, we train you, we teach you how to duplicate the processes that we have to share with others, and we grow a business that way. The more people we help, the more we get to grow. Our labor force is duplication with others that want to have a business, that want to have time and financial freedom. Everything we do is based on a solid truth. It doesn't change. If you guys acknowledge that, those of you that have been here for years, it doesn't change. If anything, we just get better. It doesn't change. The way it works is still the same way it worked then. It's just better now. We got rid of friction points. We're in the right place at the right time all the time. We deliver a solid service. We present marketing solutions to bring customers to a business. We solve the biggest problems out there. Today, I wanted to focus on a couple of things. One, just get going and receive it and take advantage of all the marketing we give you. You don't need a marketing budget to succeed here. We provide it for you because we win when you win. And the only way to thank us is to take more advantage of it. Utilize it, dive in. And I'm watching the numbers, and I'm watching these teams, and I'm watching the duplication happen. And you guys, it's something special. And we're going to hang out in Napa. And then on the 22nd to the 26th of September, we're going to be hanging out in Dallas, Texas. 4 days. Some of us will be there for 5. 5 days hanging out, going over different things, making sure we know where the goals are, and setting up ourselves for the future. And it's a great time, right? It's harvest. It's where everything in nature is prepped for the winter, right? Well, as an online marketer, you guys realize that our biggest retail moments happen literally in October. Christmas sales, we got a couple different areas that we really got to promote, and that's marketing of products and services, but weight loss is massive. Weight loss kicks in about October, November as well, and it runs through to like March in a bigger wave. And we have weight loss that you guys, I'm gonna just say it. It touches me on a very personal level. I'm almost feel like I'm like in a dream, you guys. I'm wearing clothes that I didn't wear since high school. I mean, the size of, I got rid of all those schools a long time ago. I never thought I'd be a medium ever again. So don't think I kept any of that. I'm buying new clothes, guys, like crazy. I bought a bunch of shirts because I like to pre-plan. You guys know that. And I bought a bunch of really cool shirts. Very expensive dress shirts that I was going to wear for Dallas. And they're too big. They're dresses on me now. It's crazy. So I'm giving them to my son. I see Niall look over there to Shirk. Yeah, they're like, and it's just weird, right? And it's these products we get to market, and I look at, hey, we got to change the world economically, but we also have some great products. And I'm going to tell you this right now: there's going to be a launch of a new product in September with Anchor number 2. I'm gonna just let you guys know it's going to be one of those things where we look back and say, you remember when they launched that and how big it became? We're going to be ready for that. I got some really good exposure on our marketing memes coming out for everybody there, so we can pound it out. We are literally jumping on a trend that's been building up for a long time. And when they told us that they were rolling this out, it's all manufactured U.S. in Miami. That's kind of cool. It's a really cool product. And it's, most of our snaps are made in Dallas. You guys know that, or McKinney, I guess. This is unique, and we're going to all be there for this epic moment. And there's a certain energy when something's launched and manifested for success, and being part of something that's definitely an awakening. And I cannot wait until we're all there in that same room. We'll watch that happen. And I know that I'll be ready to lead you guys with pages and direction to market. We literally will start working on it Sunday. And then we're going to be rolling out more and more communication training and everything else is here. And I just got to tell you guys, like, as I'm getting ready for the event, right? I'm not going to kid you guys. We don't procrastinate anything. Everything is just high level. We're just signing off on a couple of things, getting to estimate the numbers so we can make sure we have enough food and, enough wine. I talked to the winemaker because that new wine is just ready, and we'll make sure we have enough bottled. How many cases do we need to have there? We're going to have some other wines there too, but the menu is set for the wine release. And you guys, I think I told you guys, like, I get really excited about it because this wine is almost 4 years in the make. 4 years we haven't been able to talk to you guys about it. It's a new varietal for us to release, special Napa thing. It's gonna be a mind-blowing experience, and we get to all experience it together in person right there in our vineyards. I mean, it doesn't get better than that. It doesn't. And we get that again every year. And I'm just really reflective on the fact of where we've come from, what we've grown into, and to think that we're just fine-tuning this to go to a bigger level. It's awesome. It's awesome. I'm going to just state and just put a reflection. Thank you to God for this. This wouldn't be here without him. And I'm really grateful that we set up those core values. We live by those. And I want you guys, if you guys haven't reflected on the core values, they're on the very first thing, and do this first on the RRR247.com/RRR, our main training page. And this Saturday, I'm going to be updating step 1 training and step 2 training, because we're going to roll it out with the newest pages. And you guys, once I get this recording and these recordings done on Saturday, we will have the most complete, easy to market, meaning get Google AdSense ready to go for our students training ever. It's an epic time. And then we just get to go forward and press this ahead. You know, the friends and family direction, if you guys are on the RRR247 Anchor Offer Support group on Facebook, I'm rolling out new ideas to market, some new directions we're testing, and it's having responses everywhere. You guys, there's a lot of people suffering because they didn't have a better way, right? You don't know what you don't know. I talk about this a lot. You know, we are products of our environment. Today, I want to stress that. Everybody that comes into RRR247 as a student, as a prospect to learn what we do, they are willing to change their environment, at least listen to change. And we get to guide them to a better way. Now, I cover this, and as I'm doing my session 1 trainings that I do virtually every day with new students, I go over this and I'm like, wow, I need to reflect on this because it's pretty powerful stuff. Firstly, we got to change the environment of anybody that comes in, right? We're all a product of our environment. And I'll explain that again. We know what we know. We don't know what we don't know. That's why the poor stay poor and the rich get richer. The rich already got it figured out. They know how to leverage. They know how to leverage their time, their money. They know how to get their money working for them. They know how to leverage the time of others, and they're going to teach their kids that. Don't fault them for that. The rich get richer because they know how to do it. You know what you don't know. The poor stay poor because they don't know better. They just don't know better. If they knew it, they would do it, right? They want their kids to have a better life. We all want our offspring to have a better life than us. I'll let you guys raise your hand. Raise your hand right now if you think your kids deserve less than you. Is there anybody that feels that their kids should have a worse life than them? I'm just checking. I'm just checking my theory. I think that's a fact. I'd actually be concerned. You guys, okay, Luana, you think your kids need it less? I want to hear this, Luana. All right, you can unmute, Luana. I want to hear this. I got a couple takers now. Luana.
That was an accident, Rory.
Okay, now I feel okay. I don't mind you playing with me, but
No, I didn't mean that. I was trying to click on this, and I accidentally hit that. I didn't mean that.
All good, Luana. All good. All good. Okay, so you guys understand my point. So we want to have a better life, but if we don't know how to teach it, we can't teach it, right? And we have pride. We're human, right? What we don't have in this world is the rich reaching down to the poor and saying, hey, let me show you a better way. Well, that happened to me, right? I had some amazing mentors reach down, and my grandfather taught me the best he could, and I'm sure he's on here. Richard, if it wasn't for Richard reaching down and seeing this kid that had potential, that he could aim in a different direction and support, and I mean support with absolute unconditional love, I wouldn't be where we are today. We wouldn't even be talking right now. And that set emotion off, right? That set a whole thing off to where I prospered and I grew and I paid it forward. And then I had my interesting time in 2008. And here we are. We built RRR247, and we literally get to help everybody we can to change their environment. So, I mean, I'll look around and I look at some and like, you know, Peggy, you can change your environment here. You can change your whole entire family's life. It doesn't matter. You don't need to go get educated in college. You get to get part of something that's new and growing. Matt Claire, you're going to start a whole different thing here. Kip, whole new thing here. It doesn't matter where you came from. It's where you're going, right? We live in an amazing environment here too, because it's something, even if you mess up today, tomorrow you start anew. It's the most forgiving industry on the planet, marketing. We get to sway it any way we want to sway it and go that direction. We can turn on anytime we want to turn on. If it's Tuesday and we're like, you know, I've been in this program for a year, and then Wednesday you're like, I want to get going. You can here. It just takes you switching over, turning on, jumping in. It's an amazing situation that we have. And I want to just impress that because, you know, I had a whole different lineup for today. And there's something that I do all the time. And I was starting to do it tonight. I got tearful. I got very appreciative and just full of gratitude to God and everything that's provided. And, you know, I like to meditate before this call on Tuesday night to make sure I'm delivering the right message. I like to value our time. I get to talk to everybody on a Tuesday night. Tanya and I, we go over this, and, you know, she likes to come on when she has something very important to say. We're gonna be focusing on that about every other week. And, you know, we want to make sure we're elevating you guys to a higher level. We want to drag you there. You know, you are our family. We committed to do this. And, you know, it's one of those things. And I'll be on the phone with a student, usually a new student, and you can tell they're just not grasping the direction. And it's just because it sounds too good to be true. The IBO program, right? Every time I'm explaining that IBO program, everybody's looking for the catch. Like, how are you going to rip me off? How are you going to make my life worse by making me, you know, subject to something that sounds so wonderful? And it's sad that it's that way, right? Yet we get to bless people with that. And you know, I'll reflect on that, you guys. I know some of you have been around here long enough. It's been 4 years in November that we rolled that out. And we only let the instructors and our VIPs go into it because we only had like 100 slots. Up until that time, we never had more than 24 going. Things changed, that opened up. And I remember, I actually have it written down. I was going over the IBO program because we had a meeting with the partners, and they're sponsoring our dinner Friday night. With them, and Tanya and I and them, right? It's a combination because we have a good number showing up to Dallas, which is awesome. We're going to be eating some good food that Friday. And we're having a meeting, and I said, you guys remember you told me you only had 100 slots? And Rory, I don't know if we can ever get past 100 because, you know, this is a special thing. And I remember I was on the phone, Jim and I were on the phone with our partners there. And I said, you know, this wasn't that big of an opportunity. We never had more than 24 prior. And now you need the need for 100, and we're going to rock this out there. And I said, just don't be surprised. I said, we've been so favored. If this is really going to help help with the students and make a way to get them what they need to make this work in a big time level, it's going to open up. And they looked at me like, oh my gosh, it's that Rory's like speaking his, you know, his lingo again and manifesting things. And they literally looked at me like this isn't going to happen. And I remember we were about to fill up the 100 slots or whatever it was. We were like at 86, and we had the other 14 going. And they got a call from one of our advertisers that was like, hey, something crazy's happened and we need 200 slots. And they called me and said, this is the most, we've never had this. Like, and I said, no problem, we'll fill it. And we did. And ever since then, they keep saying we're going to run out, and yet more slots keep opening up. So I want you guys to just understand, when things happen easily, it's meant to be. When you got to force it, usually it's not right. And every time I think we're going to fill up the slots, more open up. This is the first time in a long time that we have over 200 open slots. We got so many before, we were at 50, 80, 115. We're at 220 something now, 228. I think 8 came in today, so 220-ish. We have a lot of room for people in the family to take advantage of that IBO program. And also the longevity. And you guys, it's only guaranteed for 6 months. So let me stress, it's only guaranteed for 6 months, but we're averaging 16 months is $750. And the one thing about it that's sad to me is we have a good majority of people that really need the extra money. I believe them. We talk to them, we go through the BRT, we get to understand where they're at and where to push them. And they get that going, and then they lax off on building the system. So then eventually it dies. And they're upset that they're going to lose that 750. Yet they didn't do anything to build their business up that they could have done, they should have done. And it comes to that environmental thing and self-sabotage, right? The only problem with that IBO program of $750 a month is a lot of people, that's all you need to get past your bills, get ahead. And you're like, okay, I'm good. Why should I try for more? I'm okay with that. Subconsciously, you've already got yourself on a level of taste that you're okay with. That is not how it's intended to be. We want to break your taste barriers. We want you to achieve more. You deserve more. We're all favored. But you have to ask for it, believe in it, and have an attitude of gratitude. You got to believe you deserve it and be thankful for it before it's here. That's the trick. You got to truly believe you deserve it and believe you're getting it before it's here. Act as if. Believe as if. It's hard to do if you come from an environment that doesn't believe in it. You know, I hang out with a lot of wealthy friends. I've accumulated, a great wealth of friends and the stuff that we build. You know, you surround yourself with wealth, and I've helped a lot of people with my mind to generate marketing and solutions to build wealth, and they've been very appreciative and generous back, and lots of opportunity. And I watch as they think and put things out there, and you know what? They don't bitch and complain about things. They're always solution oriented and happy to go. And if you're having a bad moment, it's a good time to call them, but don't expect them to let you just cry on their shoulder. They're going to just always be like, okay, you over with that? Let's go forward, right? Life's great. Let's go do it. And it's nice. It's nice. You know, a lot of people take a long time to do their RRR. I do it every day, multiple times a day. I don't even think about it. It's a habit. That's what I want to teach you guys. The main thing I want to teach everybody is get back up. If you stick around the right thing, good things are going to happen. If you're moping, you put yourself in a place of where you're going to be moping. Some people, I think, like to mope. I don't like to mope. I don't like to be around it. If you find joy in moping, I don't understand how. God bless you. But gosh, there's such happier things to do. I got to tell you, I wanted to talk about service today. And in the world of receiving, service is almost selfish. I mean downright selfish, because when you serve others, your blessings are tenfold. The more you help others genuinely, the more you get back. It's seriously a selfish act. I'm guilty of it. My entire life, when things went bad or the home life went really bad, I didn't go mope. I went to find somebody to help. I went and drove my issues into helping somebody else. Do you know when you look around and you're aware, people need help everywhere. Everywhere. I used to go to grocery stores. And I'd sit in the parking lot and I'd watch the elderly come out or the single women come out with their carts, and they'd be, struggling with the kids and loading the groceries and just walking over there and helping them load their car. Sometimes that would make their entire day. And it made me happy seeing them happy. I used to ride my bike it was called Peterson's Market. They're well known in Riverton, Utah here. During the Depression, they gave lines of credit, literally open lines of credit to a lot of the community to help them get through the hard times. And because of that, their loyalty is incredible. Like the big chains come in and just no one shops there. Like I've seen 4 big chains open up with bigger stores, better savings. And the families remember those hard times when their relatives and their ancestors were taken care of. Peterson's will thrive forever. And they still take care of people. They're always happy. They have a great mantra. It's one of those amazing stories. And I remember asking my grandma, like, why are we always shopping at Peterson's? Their food costs more. And this is when I was learning about budgets. And I have a whole thing I'm going to share today. I'm going to get there. My grandpa would tell me the story about how during the Depression, everybody got their food and they were able to get milk and eggs and just had a credit line. And then when things got better, everybody paid it back. We're talking years here. And we're going to help that family out no matter what. And I was just like, I didn't understand what the Depression was, right? My great grandma lived through it, and my grandparents lived through it, and the loyalty they gave. And I was like, wow, that's just amazing to me that a family would do that. And then, I got to know the Petersons, the family, and they were like talking about their grandparents. And what they said, what people didn't know is they had a farm, they had a family farm, and the houses, and they literally leveraged, loaned out to the bank every part of their assets to keep that going. And they didn't tell anybody. And then when the Depression ended and people started doing that stuff, they paid it back. And that's why they kept a meager store for so long, because they were paying back those bills. And then they just got blessed. And then they built huge stores, and they're in Riverton. It's amazing, the story, but it's like, they were just like, they knew it would work. And I remember that, and it definitely rubbed off on me for years. And the family has such amazing pride that they were able to do that. And there was hardships. I mean, they had certain families could have paid them back for years, but they said it was amazing how many people actually paid them back, even over years and years and years. Sometimes the next generation were paying it back to get through those times in this town called Riverton, which is prosperous. And I remember that, and I remember, my grandpa and my grandma's loyalty, and my mom, she knew the stories growing up. She was part of that, and her loyalty there. And it'd be like, well, we just go to, we go there, and occasionally we go to other stores and they don't have it. Like if Peterson's doesn't have it, we go somewhere else. And I watched the loyalty in that, and it had nothing to do with price. It had to do with they cared about the community, and I love that. I love that so much, and so I've always carried that forward and go through stuff. And back to the services being selfish is when you're doing God's work and you put aside your own needs for somebody else's needs, and you make that a habit, a pattern. It's amazing the blessings that just happen. And I know that's why we've been favored and why things have gone that way, because I've lived a life of gratitude and a life of service. And I'll bring up Boy Scouts, right? They're, do a good 2 good turns daily. It's a minimum. It's a requirement. Do 2 good turns daily. Help 2 people every day. Make it a habit. I live that way, and you go out, and it's not hard to find somebody that needs help. If you just look around, you'll see it. Little things, right? Someone drops something, you pick it up for them, right? There's always pregnant women about that have like complications. You just got to look. You can see where they need help, and it's little things. The little things mean the most. It's just caring for your fellow man, right? Yeah, no, that's exactly. It leaves the place better too. I mean, there's good habits to have, and what we get to do every day is take somebody in, 1, 2, 3, 4 people a day is pretty steady, and show them a better way and service them with a better way of living, a better way of creating income, time, and financial freedom. That's really what we get to do. And when we take aspects of the V marketing and working with the instructor path, that's really what we get to do, is serve others and help them find a better way, give them a way to get out of the rat race, give them a way to leverage time and financial means to build a better generation today, tomorrow. And, I was looking at some of my mentoring information. I always look back at the greats. The Zig Ziglars, the Jim Rohn, and the likes. There's a lot of others, and there's a saying that goes out there, and it's like you guys. It's if you look at every family, most families aren't wealthy and well-to-do. They should be. We live in the most abundant country in the world. It's what we do with it, right? And how we manage it, and the education we have behind it. And you look at some families, and generational wealth or legacy income is something some of us aspire to create. Some of us are creating, and we're focused on it. I had friends that had trust funds, And I always like, man, that'd be really great if I would have had a trust fund to build my dreams and hopes. By the way, I don't have one in case anybody wonders. And so, but you who's going to be the one in your family to create that, right? And you look back at 1800s, 1900s, and there wasn't vehicles to create wealth as much as there is today. There wasn't no communication highway called the internet. There was stock market ups and downs. There was inventors, people that came up with amazing ideas, which is pretty rare. We're living in a time where communication tools are being redefined by the day, and being a voice and a representative of a product actually pays very well. The day of the influencer is here, and we get to do all of that with what we do here. And there is such a big amount of wealth we can create. And it doesn't take a lot to satisfy the needs of a family, like to supply a family economy. And then after that, we can start stockpiling. We can start building things up. We can start creating ways where our money is creating more and more wealth to create legacy. We can be that one where the family looks back generations down the road and say, oh my gosh, Grandma Linda Horn changed the entire scope of our family and set up legacy wealth. We get to do that in this day and age. And it's not industrial time, it's information. It's marketing is really a powerful thing. And the thing about marketing is it can be taught. It's not a skill that requires strength or agility or special talents. It's just duplicating a process of communication. And that's what we get to do here. And the aspects that we have with the paid marketing and what that really, really means to everybody here is tremendous. You can build an incredible empire and you don't have to worry about overhead crushing that out. You have a set overhead. Because we have some of the most incredible anchors that we've discovered along this path to market. And I'm going to tell you, I'm looking at all these things that we're building out for the grapevine system and the stuff for our anchor offer number one with the wine. Oh, I'm going to blow your guys' minds. If you guys think it's awesome now, I have a Play Store. Let me explain. I get to think it, map it out, and we got this incredible tech team manned by Peter to build it for us. Do you guys understand when you take a mind like mine and you give programming behind it? You guys just wait. You guys aren't even seeing the impact of it yet. I get to have a lot of fun. I see the world differently, and I get to command it for everybody here. We're gonna have some massive reach. Our lead database is big. We're commanding it. We're reaching out. We're doing the right things to awaken it, to fundamentally process it. So I'm gonna put out a couple things here. One, get your view marketing going. If you're not doing view marketing, figure it out. If you're in anchor offer number one and anchor offer number two, and you're not doing view marketing, you call your instructor and you bug them. If you can't reach them, go up. We're training on it every Saturday, but this Saturday. Okay, so this Saturday at 8 a.m. PST, 9 a.m. Mountain, 10 a.m. Central, 11 a.m. Eastern, I start. 9 a.m. I'm going to do A to Z from a brand new person's perspective on building a brand new PBS to all the way ready for Google AdSense other than running ads. Start Saturday. And one person that is jumped in with both feet from July 1st through Saturday is going to have a chance for me to do the entire system for them. Me.
Rory,
my finest work. Go ahead now.
You're too modest. I would love to talk about that for a second, just so everybody realizes what that means. To build an entire PBS system from the first page to the last page is something that we all learn as we go, and we get better and better and better and better at it. But to think of 30 years plus of blogging, advertising, marketing, understanding, studying, learning, growing, gaining experience and wisdom in sales psychology, the verbiage in the content that makes people react. There's nobody better out there than our co-founder, Rory Rickard. And I thought about this the other night when we were out with the instructors, and I thought, what if let's say I just met Rory today, and I was going to hire him to build that entire site for me. What do you take a wild guess now at what his time is worth? I said $2,500 an hour, and I'm probably really close. And then I said he did the last one in 16 hours. He said he's going to try to do this one in 12 hours because he shortened the menu a little bit. If it's 12 hours, that's a $30,000 value. If it does turn out to be 16 hours, that's a $40,000 value. But whoever gets their hands on that site has a complete marketing system built by someone who's doing it for 3+ decades with that kind of sales psychology into the words, that you get to immediately just start marketing. You're going to find pages indexing really quick and getting up there high ranked. You're going to have keywords that are probably hot. You're going to have relevant stuff that you get to start marketing immediately. Like, he's going to build it on Saturday, you get to start marketing on Sunday. That's just unbelievable. And for every single person attending, whether you're the one who wins or not, what we got, 12 hours or 13 hours or 14 hours of invaluable training just to sit there and watch this man blog all day long, just to watch him build pages all day long. We're either one person's getting set up incredibly well, but everybody that attends, you're getting training that's just going to take your business to the next level, probably 10 levels up. 10 levels up. To be able to blog and write a page and do everything he knows how to do, it takes years to develop to get to where he's at. I'm gonna say even better. It takes decades to develop to get to where he's at. So I hope everybody sees the value of what that is. I wish that I could somehow start all over and cancel my hotel room and my Dallas trip just so that I could be in that drawing, have a chance at winning that, have him build my entire site for me. He was the guy that taught me how to do this. But, how much of that was I really retaining? How much of that did I put in those first 5, 6, 7 pages until I just started getting better at it? To have him build that for me, I would probably do it. I would probably start all over just to have him build that page for me. That's how big that is. And I hope everybody sees that. And if you're brand new, we have 35 brand new people tonight. You just got here this week. This is your first Tuesday night call, and you have a chance to win that. And all you got to do is be in our anchors, which, by the way, are the 2 most relevant things we have. Give you the best traffic and give you the best income. You want that anyway. Go to the Dallas event. Our number 2 anchor is having an event that's just going to help you catapult your business to the next level and producing more income. So all he's doing is saying, plug into the things that are going to help you increase your income. And by doing so, I want to give you a chance to have me build your site for you. I couldn't sleep after you announced that the other day. And everybody I talk to, I say, do you realize what's happening? You got a chance. And people that were unsure a few days ago or even a week ago are now going, oh my goodness, I got to figure this out. They want in that drawing. So from July 1st to Saturday, you get 1 entry. If it's this week, you get 2 entries, 2, count them 2. Increase the odds.
The odds are going to be really good. The odds are going to be like 1 in 100, maybe 1 in 75. Good odds.
I like those odds.
Yeah, and
that's like
and
a lottery ticket.
And I'm going to add this: if you're not present there at 9 a.m. when I start, you don't win. You have to be present to win. Because I want them tuned in while we do it all, when we get started. And I'm going to roll that, you guys. The marathons. For those of you who haven't ever seen me do a marathon, I just go. This is how I build. It's real. I'll get enough done in a single day, like a Saturday like that, that'll create wealth of thousands of dollars to me over the next months. We're gonna knock it out.
The last marathon you did, myself and Stacy and Linda, I think Sheila was part of that late night crew. We're all going, oh my God, my eyes are burning, but I can't stop looking.
Yeah.
We had a long day before that, and we were all going, oh my God, my eyes are burning, but I can't stop watching. I know I'm going to pick up. I picked up many nuggets over that time, even as long as I've been around. And I know over those last 4 hours, I'm going to pick up more nuggets. So yeah, we couldn't stop. We couldn't. Our eyes were burning, but we couldn't stop watching.
So there's three important things of our assets that we do with our business. Number one, we build our PBS, get our pages done. Two, we blog those out. We do advertising, we do SEO, keyword marketing, link posting, social media, right? We do the three legs of marketing for that. The third thing is we participate in V marketing, where we literally grow our team by paid marketing and the attraction marketing that we do. Those things are all really, really important, but the learning how to post ads and everything comes next, right? That's a new thing. So when we get done with this training, the next marathon is what you guys have been asking me. I get emails on it all the time. Rory, when are we going to do another ad posting marathon? Because you get to pick up a lot of things that I do. That'll be the next one. And you guys remember I did one for like 24 freaking hours, and we're gonna have some fun. But you guys, one big series like that just creates wealth. And we're launching people into business, making money here faster than ever before. And we're in the right place at the right time all the time. I have some other things I was going to talk about. Let's look at the time, and I'm gonna pass this over to Linda. I'm gonna say goodnight to everybody here. Linda, I don't know if we're gonna go to some Q&A. We have this event coming up. Niall, if you can stay on too. We have an event coming up. Two events. If you're a Grand Crew and you're going to San Francisco, you probably got that booked. We've already booked out hotels. That event is literally like happening like tomorrow. All right, we're sizing things up. By the way, whatever you think we did for like awards and recognition before, I twisted it all up. And I have to tell you, like, some of you, that there's some nostalgia to what we're about to do, but it's going to be a very special reveal. Also, the wine label winner, I'm going to say this, hope everybody's listening. You guys, it's based on the merits overall of their personal growth, their team growth from year to year. And it is freaking incredible how we do it. But everybody here has a chance to get a label. I'm gonna drop something that won't make sense today, but it'll make sense later. I had some marketing epiphanies. I had some major marketing epiphanies and how we brand our wines and market our wines. And at some later date, it's going to be released what that is. I might slip it to those that are in Napa. I might not. It is one of those things that I got to tell you, I was on a call about it today. And guys, I blow myself away with some of the knowledge I have in my head and when it applies, but I know it's not planted there by me. I know that I'm just in a really good consciousness. And the more good you do, the more things come to you. It changed the whole direction of where we can go. And, you know, I remember looking at Tanya and then going, I'm so glad that we invested the way we did and set things up for the control that we have so that we can literally make things happen. And in case you guys didn't know, we're doing something right. Our volume of traffic is crazy, growing crazier. It's awesome. In the world of marketing, though, we have overcome a lot of what I would call the old dogs of the industry of wine. And I think I told you guys we're a disruptor. The way we're marketing, the way we set things up, the way we're structured goes against the old form and the old way of things. We're better equipped. We have a lot less moving parts and costs. We refuse to be sold. You guys, we didn't sell to Constellation Brands. And we had another business approach us, this is a few years ago, and we refused. And we put the word out there that we are not for sale. Tanya and I could care less about wine making a profit. We're going to be smart. We'll figure it out. It is not a parachute for us. We do very well in lead generation. Wine is our passion business, and it ties to everything we can teach you guys and tie into it. The anchor ability is so strong, but we are pissing off major companies. It's going to get worse or better for us. Mark my words, we're doing the right thing. We don't sell to distribution. And the more we build up our names, our brands, our reputation, people are going to want more and more of our wine. So you guys hear us say this all the time. It's a quote from Jim Rohn. Those who stick around get paid. we're attacking an old industry with new techniques and marketing that they have no clue about. You guys, the proprietary marketing that I've been building to market for my clients is literally light years ahead of the wine industry. I know so much more about how to market online than they could ever possibly think of. We've been in competitive spaces building programs. I've been building proprietary software to help me edge up in marketing since 2001. All right, longer than I have some of my kids. I mean, some of my kids are born in 95, right? And I'm looking at this and I'm watching my, things. You guys, I've been ahead of this game in a long time. I've seen the world in a different way. I've built proprietary stuff and I've locked my code up. I protected things. Today, I take those tools out and we go to market against wine, the whole entire industry. Because we're not marketing against the Opus ones. We're marketing against every wine manufacturer out there, which happens to be 85% conglomerates. They have big budgets, sure. Big hedge funds that are supporting them. Doesn't mean they got my marketing tools. Every industry that Tanny and I have marketed in, we dominated. It's just because we know how to do it better or smarter. We know how to take that lead and dissect it every way possible, like the Indians used a buffalo, every part. That's what built the PBS product. That's what we all get a market with. When you take somebody that knows how to run on a shoestrings budget and knows how to maximize marketing, give me a big company that's going to move at glacier speed. We move fast. You guys see how fast we solve things? We run a big company with small company techniques. We pounce on problems. Do you ever hear anybody here say it's not my problem? Doesn't exist. We jump on it. Bigger issues, if they're not getting solved, it goes right to me. That's how I always want it. I talked to 3 people today. 2 of them said, I don't believe this is Rory. Why would Rory talk to anybody? He's like, and I'm like, because I'm hands-on. Then they heard my voice for a little bit and realized it's me, right? And that's how we're always going to be, you guys. This is our passion. This is our business. This is our baby. This is our family. Every person that comes in here has our creed to build them up. We want to over-deliver and under-promise. Just show up and do the work. Get out of your own way, trust the processes, and jump in. That's it. All right, I have a lot more to talk to you guys about. I'm looking at the time. I'm running over. I'm going to pass the helm over for Q&A. I'm going to stop this recording and we'll go to that. If you haven't got yourself to Dallas and you can make it, you better get there. It will transform the way you see the future. You guys, there is a plethora of success that's waiting for you to eat it up. There's no friction in front of it. You just got to take the actions and you're never alone. I had a great talk with the instructors yesterday. There's some big things happening to help them build. And I'll say this again, those who stick around get paid. That's just how it goes. We're loyal to those that are loyal to us, and we'll find a way to help everybody succeed and push through. But I'm going to tell you where we are today, we have never had it this good. And we get to press on this and press on this. And I can't wait to do the training with everybody on Saturday. It's going to transform the way we train. I'm going to smooth out a lot of the parts. We're going to get rid of some of the confusion. It's time. And then we run. And then we run. If you're not doing V marketing every day, you have no idea the potential you're missing out on. So let me just put it this way. Close your eyes and pretend that your wrench uncle just came to you and said, hey, I'm leaving you with an amazing trust of income. You just got to go do certain activities to get it every day. And it's called V marketing. So get with it. God bless. See you guys on the training tomorrow on the Wine and Dine. Let's kick ass. We got this. You deserve it. We're favored. God wants you to have an amazing life so you can share it with others. We're not meant here to be alone, and we're meant to help each other grow and make this world a better place. It takes resources. Receive it. Let's go.